She beat me once. Let's see her record. I think she's sitting in the top 5 this season, or dang close. She's had some tough breaks. Okay, let's get back to the fight. Her turn on step 1. She, shoot, I forgot it was a 2-action only fight. I really should have just stuck with voices. Hopefully I don't backfire right away. These are good fight rules to try and learn how to action lock your opponent. That's why you don't action right away. So now, it's going to be a slow go of healing to try and keep my health up a little bit higher, hoping she gives me that action back. Although I'm glad I didn't try that at the end of the fight, killing myself. You want your opponent to action first on these fights. Nice, she gave me the action back, and we are tied. If you can get them to action first, it really sets you up for working on your action lock. Action lock strategy is really tough to do, but if you can manage to get 1 or 2 from your opponent, it does force them to change their strategies throughout the fight. I got a good block there, and I'm 1 action up on her now. My turn next. I'm going for the lock right away. She will hit me for less damage on my turn. And all of my voices have been gotten in the first 3 sets. So now that she's locked, I can go into the alternating strategy of action on her turn, voice only on mine, until she backfires again. Which doesn't make for a super interesting fight, but it does work. She's got a little wise there. She's not gonna use an action right away. Try to get another action back from me. Remember, use voices every time, even if the rule is about 3 out of every 10. Sometimes you get that lucky 4th, like that. That's why you use them every single time. You're much more likely to get that lucky 4th out of 10 if you do get them all early in the set. Way too close and low on HP now not to use an action. She's playing it smart, but I can't afford for her to attack on this turn and kill me. So I'm at 2, she is at 3. If I can get her into the next set, she'll be due a backfire before me, or at higher odds. There's 3. Let's lock her again now. So I can get rid of some of these voices in the next set that will fail. Paying attention to how much damage they take on a turn will help you decide what you want to do in later turns. Remember, the damage increases as the fight goes on. I'm at 4, she's at 5. I think she's going to heal now. She's at very low HP, so I'm not going to block this time. And last time she only hit me for 120. So even if she got a successful voice, I'm not sure it would be enough to kill me. This will be 5 for me, and she is on her first, so she is due for a backfire anytime now. Yeah, she is. If she actions here, it'll be her 6th. And I think she's going to punish again, so I'm going to encourage and block on this time and get the alternating set back up on the following turn. I'm glad the block didn't go through. She chose to encourage. Now I'm restarting my set. So let's get her back involved. And hope she backfires early and big. Not quite what I was hoping for, but I'm going to play it safe. Sometimes I'd feel like punishing and hitting here, forcing her to encourage. But the great random's been funny lately. So now back on the alternating set. I'm at 1, she's at 2. So this will be her third action if she uses it. Yeah, the great random's been funny this morning. I lost a fight because I fell asleep. And I lost a couple fights yesterday. Oof. Okay, let's get some of my HP back here. This will be second action for me of this set. Nice, 3 voices in a row from her. And I'm low enough HP now, even on my turn, to not feel safe with taking the action from her right now. So I'm going to hope she backfires and I can get through mine. Oof, backfired before she did. Now I need her to backfire or she's going to get lucky again and smack me dead here. I believe that's 3 for me. So she is on her 4th. She has a 50-50 chance of backfire. For me, 5 for her. She'll be restarting her set in a couple steps. I can get some of these voices to go through. I can feel a little bit safer about jumping into the next set myself. 5. She's in her new set. I'm doing my 6th action here. If I'm lucky, I can get this block to go through and increase that lead. Okay, she backfired on the 1st. I'm restarting my set now, so she has 5 guaranteed actions that are going to go through. And I'm going to lock her again. Slows down the tempo of the fight, and it is cheaper if you can get them locked with not losing too much health. Go alternated again, this time healing on her step, voicing only on mine. That way if I backfire on her step, I can recover on mine. I know sometimes looking at a fight, it can seem like things are going one way or the other, like it seems like she's getting a crap ton of voices being heard. But most of the time when you look at a fight like that, it's just your perception because of how you're feeling about the fight. Does not necessarily mean the fight is actually going that way. That being said, she is getting a ton of voices. So, this is the first of my set of actions. I think she's going to punish again, so instead of alternating this time, I'm going to block and try to get a heard voice so I can increase my HP, lower hers a little, maybe. That's what I was hoping for. Block her again and go from there. It's also important, even if you set yourself up to do one strategy at the start of the fight, to be flexible enough to change whatever you wanted or think you were going to do at any moment in the fight, depending on what blessings the great random gives or decides not to give you. So now she's locked and I have a decent enough lead that it might be just tied on the next turn. real tempted to punish. But instead I'm gonna, like I said, play it safe, encourage and hit. There's my backfire, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. I see her punishing again, so this time I'm gonna block and hopefully take less of it with the successful block. Let's try that again for the next 2 steps. I believe this is my 3rd action. I don't see her punishing again. I could be wrong, but I see her being in the red, wanting to encourage. This must be 5 for me if she backfired on her first set again. That's how you action lock in a 2 action only fight. You want them to backfire twice before you get your second backfire. I would have liked a better backfire than what I got, but I think this might be enough to take it, barring any weirdness with the voice commands. Stay heavy on the hit. Hope she doesn't get any healing, because she should be dead. Let's call it step 45. Or sooner. Yeah, if I get a successful voice command here, she is definitely dead. Possibly even if she gets a successful heal command. Nice. Great fight, Tyler.